In the dawn of civilization, there was a comedic sketch performed by Sumerian priests. In the sketch, a child hatches out of the egg of a snake and finds itself alone in the desert. The audience recognizes that it is humorous for a human to be born in place of a snake. They turn to one another and quietly whisper that it is funny. In the second beat of the sketch, caught in the talons of a hungry eagle and lifted up into the air. The audience is confused and enraged. They turn on the high priests, protesting that had the child indeed been born a snake, the eagle's decision would make sense. But the servile eagle would never presume to feast upon a human child. The priests, blocking the exits, would tell the people to wait. A pattern is being formed, they say. It is promised that anyone who turns back towards the stage shall receive great riches of enlightenment. And they turn towards the stage to see the third beat of the sketch, wherein the child is brought back to the eagle's nest, where several other human children have hatched from eagle eggs, and the audience cheers in rapture and ecstasy as the eagle's human spawn slowly and sloppily devour the child alive.
You may not recognize me, but you would if I was wearing my famous jalapeno costume. That's right, it's me. I only got used to impersonate a jalapeno back in the 90s. Yeah, I left that all behind now. Just living a normal life as a private citizen. Oh, sorry, my phone's ringing. Gotta take that, it might be important. Hello? Oh, it's not a phone. It's just some yogurt in a little bag. Oh well. Well, you know, I think my career as a jalapeno impersonator has given me a lot of great perspective on life. And that's why I like to share my experience with talented people, like all you shoppers here at the Westfield Oak Ridge Mall. For example, if a friend doesn't recognize you when you're not wearing your jalapeno costume, they're not really a true friend. You know, a fan wrote me a letter once that I've always kept with me, because what it says just means the world to me. I'd like to read that now, if you don't mind. It says, "Dear..." Oh, it's that same yogurt, that same little bag again. Well, good thing I've memorized it word for word. It says, "Dear guy who wears the jalapeno costume, your costume is so green. Is it really that green, or is it just special effects?" It was special effects. I wore a yellow jalapeno costume in the studio, and they made it look green afterwards in post-production. I did have a green costume I'd wear to live events, but it would have messed with the green screen if I'd worn it in the studio. Isn't that interesting? Yes, that is interesting. But there are more things in this letter that I'm writing to you. My parents are always saying that you're not a real jalapeno, which I know is true. I'm not stupid, and I don't know why they keep saying that to me. By the way, I drew a picture of you wearing your jalapeno costume. It's not included in this letter. Anyway, I have to go now. I can hear them calling me home. I wonder, will I dream? Oh, here's something you'll like. My latest project, I created a little robotic monkey that I've programmed to recite facts about my jalapeno costume. Here, check it out. It's that same yogurt in that little packet. Well, you get the idea. You know, some people like to say that I was never a jalapeno impersonator in the first place. Can you believe that? Yeah, they say I'm just some guy that got famous for always carrying around a little bag of yogurt. But if that's true, Why do I have this jalapeno costume, huh? You can't argue with facts! So on, suckers, I'm getting out of here.
Now, stop talking. Class is starting. Please stop. Thank you. Now, I'm hoping you all read last night's homework because we are having a pop quiz on it right now. Pencils out, everyone. No complaining. And don't worry, I'm going to do a quick review of the homework that you should have read last night. So if any of you didn't read it, now's a second chance to get some information for that quiz. Now, Danny, what are you doing? Are you eating something?
No, it's not food, Mr. Jadafo. It's a toothbrush. It's a Colgate. A Colgate, Mr. Jadafo? A Colgate brand toothbrush?
Bring it up here, Danny.
Mr. Jadafo, I'm supposed to use it 3 times a day.
That's only 2 times a day, Danny. I said bring it up here now.
Nuh-uh, Mr. Jadafo. My dentist said 3 times every day.
Your dentist isn't here, Danny. Now come on. All the way to the front of the class. That's it. Thank you, Danny. Now sit down. Now where was I? Oh yes, the review before the pop quiz. So generous of me to include a brief review for the benefit of all the students who didn't prepare. Other teachers might have let those students fail, but I don't believe in letting... Danny, what are you doing?
Nothing. I'm not doing anything. Jeez.
Obviously you're doing something and trying to hide it, Danny.
No, I'm not.
Don't lie to me, Danny. What are you doing to your arms?
Nothing. It's just, look, I'm just doing a really quick allergy test, okay? It's fine.
No, it's not fine, Danny. What makes you think my class is an appropriate place for a self-administered allergy test?
Because I'm planning on eating tree nuts today at lunch for the first time ever, Mr. Jadafo. I want to be more responsible about it.
Bring it up here, Danny.
You serious, Mr. Jadafo?
Why wouldn't I be serious, Danny? You think I would joke about discipline?
Mr. Jadafo, this is a medical procedure.
Not in my classroom, it isn't, Danny. Bring it up here.
God! Jeez.
Good day, Danny.
I'm coming!
Please move faster, Danny.
I am!
That's not faster.
I'm practicing defensive walking, Mr. Jadafo. I am trying to avoid collisions. Safety.
What are you talking about?
It's a best practice for avoiding personal collisions, Mr. Jadafo. Jeez, have you not heard of OSHA?
Take a seat, Danny, and no more interruptions, or else you'll be spending the rest of 4th period talking with Mrs. Toomdrick.
Oh, Mr. Jadafo, that's not fair. I didn't do anything.
Not another word, Danny. I have had it. Now sit down. All right, class. Unfortunately, thanks to Danny's personal care habits, we no longer have time to review the material on the quiz. However, I can tell you that all of the answers on the quiz are currently written either on the whiteboard behind me or on a poster somewhere in this room. So, if you get stuck on any of these questions, I recommend looking around the room. Danny, what on earth do you think you're doing now?
It's nothing.
It's obviously not nothing, Danny.
Okay, gee, I'm letting Dimitri borrow my longboard. In exchange, he's just giving me a quick prostate exam, okay?
Danny, I think you know perfectly well that that is not an appropriate activity for my classroom.
Mr. Jadafo, I'm supposed to.
You are not supposed to, Danny.
Yeah, Mr. Jadafo, I'm supposed to do it every 4 years.
That's only over the age of 50, Danny. Are you over the age of 50?
I'm gotta be, as long as I keep taking real good care of my body.
Well, you're going to take that pampered body right down to Mrs. Toomdrick's office and explain to her why you can't get your rectal exams at the doctors like the rest of us.
Oh, come on, Mr. Jadafo, no! It's not fair. You should be encouraging us to have healthy habits in the classroom.
Nothing about this is healthy, Danny. Now get out of my classroom.
You're so regressive and myopic, Mr. Jadafo.
Very articulate, Danny. Thank you. And Dimitri.
Go wash your hands. I expect this kind of behavior from Danny, but you should know better. I want to take a moment and ask that you all be patient with him for the next few weeks. I know most of you have been following this on the news, but his little brother Emilio has been trapped in space ever since the rocket his class group was touring was accidentally launched into orbit. NASA is doing everything they can to get him home, but to be honest, it doesn't look good. The most we can do is just to be patient with Dimitri. Not with Danny, but with Dimitri.
All right. All rise for the Honorable Judge Jainab Arseny. The Honorable Judge Jainab Arseny presiding. Current case is Oregon v. Earth of Navidson. Court is now in session. Or not yet. Not until the judge makes her way all across the courtroom to the bench and begins speaking. What? Oh. I've just been informed that court is in session as soon as I say that it is. That is neat. Well, in any case, now the Honorable Judge Jainab Arseny has made her way to the bench and has begun speaking. So, let there be no further ambiguity as to whether or not... I'm sorry, yes, go ahead. Oh, now you want me to talk? Okay. I will swear in the jury. Solomon, Alexia, Polio, Bergman, Raffle, Quillifer, Kathleen, Timsel, Judd, Penny Palford, Diana, Lewis. Please all raise your right hands. Okay. There's only 12 jury members. I only need 12 hands. 12 hands only. I don't know why more than 12 of you are raising your hands. Now that's less than 12. I need exactly 12 hands. It shouldn't be that hard. You should know who of you are the jury members. 9, 10, 11. Okay, perfect. Do you so solemnly swear that for as long as you ever do live, you will really and truly listen to this case? You know, and what people say in it, like the legal practitioner, the defendants, obviously the Honorable Judge Jainab Arseny herself. Okay, listen to her because she is a high-ranking member of the judicial branch of the Oregon state government. And listen to me, as you are currently doing. So just take it all in, basically, is what I'm saying. Let your mind in this trial be like a dry sponge in a car wash. Then, and only then, do you oh so solemnly swear that never will you ever, not then, after listening to this case, issue a fair and true and honorable verdict upon and as to the defendant, a verdict as honorable and as judge as the Honorable Judge Jainab Arseny herself, who presides over all of us right now. Isn't that true, Judge Arseny? Well, maybe you can't see where I'm going with this, Your Honor, but I think to the jury it is crystal clear. Where I'm going with this is an oath. An oath of fealty and of humility and of absolute submission to the will of this courtroom and the shadowy forces that control it. So do you or do you not, so help you for the love of God, swear that to the best of your limited human abilities you will do whatever and what and everything that I said or will say in this courtroom here today. And you know what? Not just you, but the defendant and witnesses as well, huh? Why wait for them to take the stand? We'll swear them all in at once and save tons of time. And taxpayer dollars. Okay, Your Honor, I know it is not your turn to talk until I am done speaking. So I will continue to talk over you, but the hammering noise is quite annoying, though. Can we all agree on that? Can you not do that? What is she doing up there? Carpentry? Anyway, do you as witnesses and our jury members and our defendants agree to either and or both telling the truth or listening to the truth as God is your witness forever and ever with no hope of forgiveness, and then and only then, issuing a fair verdict upon and as to the defendant, or in the case of you being the defendant, Earth of Navidson, being affected by the fair verdict, or in the case of you not being the defendant, Earth of Navidson, being unaffected by the fair verdict, but being aware of it, as well as being aware of everything else that happens in the courtroom here today, and all of this existing under the umbrella of all of my previous descriptions of this oath so far, and especially in truth and servitude to the love of the blood of the living God, which shelters down mercy upon the chosen. May the breaking of this oath bring down eternal torment, not just upon myself and thyself, but upon all of mine and thy offspring going forward for generations unending. Do you and I and all of us agree to this? and truly all of these things. Okay, I heard the defendant, I heard the witnesses, I need to hear 12 yeses from the jury. Solomon, Alexia, Polly, Bergert, Raphael, Quillifer, Kathleen, Kimsel, Judd, Catholic, Diana, Lewis. I heard them, Your Honor. I heard all 12 of them say yes. Well, I heard them even if you didn't. I'm closer to them, and I have good hearing, Your Honor. Very good hearing. Well, would you like me to swear them in again? Because actually, I think I probably should. There were a lot of things I left out of that oath. I think it would be in the best interest of the eternal salvation of everyone in this room. What is this? Another bailiff? You can't have 2 bailiffs, Your Honor. That would be like having 2 What are you doing? You can't do this to me! Get off of it! You can't! You'll all burn for this! You'll all burn! Thank you so much. Look, we've had a lot of fun here tonight. I'd like to get serious for a moment and just take a moment to just honor the dedication and hard work of ski and snowboard enthusiasts who I think we all know take a lot of pretty big risks up there on those slopes. And in fact, we have a special guest here in the audience tonight. Can I get the house lights up, please? We have in the audience here professional snowboarder, Olympic gold medalist, and philanthropist Hannah Teeter's in the audience here tonight. Hannah Teeter, everyone! Applause for Hannah Teeter. Come up here, Hannah. Hannah? 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 Hannah! No, Hannah. This is a shame. This is a real shame, you know? My neighbor really had his heart set. The professional snowboarder Hannah Teeter will be in the audience here tonight. But you know what? We set this whole thing up. I guess we'll do the tribute anyway. Can I get the house lights down again, please? Thank you. So, this heartfelt tribute goes out for all those double diamond daredevils up there keeping our mountains wicked. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm not going to get the house lights up again, please. Everyone, please fill underneath your seats. Fill underneath there. Really get your fingers in there. Fill into the crevices. See if you can find a wadded up piece of chewing gum stuck underneath the chair. If you do, pull it out, put it in your mouth. See if you can chew it up until it gets moist again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You know what that sound means, don't you? It means the Admiral's gonna come get us with this. The Admiral, everybody! I heard the Admiral lives on a boat, cries into a hat, and never apologizes for anything. Maybe if we all wrap our knuckles together, the Admiral will come and sing a song about it. Wrap your knuckles together, and wrap them real hard, and the Admiral will come. Just keep wrapping them. Admiral? I don't think you're wrapping your knuckles hard enough! Admiral! I'm sorry, everyone. Jeez, I really messed up. I had my whole set kind of planned out with the intention that it would end with the Admiral coming down and singing a song to close out the set. But I guess I'll have to sing that show-stopping finale myself. Isn't she a dove? Isn't she sorry? Like a dove is. Isn't she a dove? Doesn't she have wings and a beak like a dove has? Isn't she a dove? Does she migrate south, graceful as the wind? Doesn't she eat worms? Isn't she a dove? Are her bones hard?
a dog? Does she sleep in trees or in cages like most dogs do? Isn't she a dog symbolizing peace? Does she poop on cars? Isn't she